Good day, everyone. This is John Scarborough. I wanted to show y'all this line right here. You can tell on this side there's a lot better looking forage than this side. If you look over here, it looks really weedy. And over here it looks really like a lot better grass. There's a few weeds, but really it's not that bad. So today I kind of wanted to touch on a little bit why that is and what we can do to improve all of that. And more importantly, what can we do as regenerative ranchers when we're trying to refrain from using sprays and things like that, but also when we're trying to make money at this. So anyway, stay tuned. That's what we're going to talk about. Guys, if you don't mind, I would love it if y'all would like and subscribe. And to everyone that's already subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. It truly does mean a lot to me. And I really would appreciate it if y'all would watch through the videos and then leave your comments. If you don't like the videos, if you have something, you know, if you feel like I could do better on one thing or the other thing or something, let me know. I don't mind that. Anyway, guys, so let's get back to it. So this side over here was obviously seeded and planted a while back ago, and this side was not. This was trees, and it's been brush hogged. But other than that, their similarities are kind of similar. And the reason is because the land was the same. It was clear cut the same time, okay? So the big difference over here is not just that it was planted, but also that it was sprayed. This side was sprayed and used for a hay field for several years, whereas this side was only grazed and used, it was just grazed and then brush hogged from time to time. And so the biggest reason I wanted to touch on that is because as organic regenerative farmers, now, I'm not 100% against sprays. I'll use them when I have to, but it's something I refrain from using because the earthworm population is you just see a big increase in your earthworms when you stop using it. And I've seen quite a bit and a big improvement in my soil in the last 6 years that that I have not been using that. So I'm definitely all for not using the sprays as much as possible. But you see the difference. That hasn't been sprayed for several years, at least 3 or 4 years now, since that side's been sprayed, and it still looks significantly better. And that's just because the grass is established. So what do I really want to touch on here? Well, I hear a lot of people getting into the farming business or into the homestead side of things or whatever, and their first thought is, well, let me get some cows. I want to get some cows, you know. And sometimes they'll have small plots of land, or sometimes they'll even have larger plots of land, and they've got brushier patches, or maybe they do even have some established pastures, but it's not the best pasture. They don't have all the equipment, they don't have all the money they need, especially if you don't have a tractor and brush hog, you know. So what is the answer here? Well, the answer is sheep or goats, and I would suggest sheep. It's just something I advise a lot of people on, is the smaller animals, to start with the smaller frame animals. I started with cows because I had an in. I had a way that I could get in. I was able to buy a group of cows and run them with someone else's group of cows and actually run all of them together. And so that gave me a way in that I could start out in cows. With that being said, if I could have started out with sheep, I would have gladly started out with sheep. And now that I'm running sheep, I can definitely see huge benefits in running sheep. I've got a piece of property that I'm leasing right now. I've got 3 pieces of property that run all together. The fences are back to back, okay? Well, so there's one sitting right smack in the middle, and then there's one on each side. The one in the middle has been run, there's been goats running on that for years and years. The one on the other 2 sides of that has been cows running on both sides of it, okay? The difference in the weeds is astronomical, okay? If I could show you an aerial view, I would love it if I had a drone. I could show you an aerial view of that, because it is just absolutely amazing, the difference. I don't use any sprays on that place, and it hasn't been sprayed in a while on any of those 3 places. And so the one place is just, it's got weeds growing up, random weeds growing up everywhere, and it's hard to keep those weeds down. Those 2 places that had the cattle on them. But then the one place that had the goats on them, I mean, it's just no weeds anywhere. The best looking grass you could ever want to see, you know, and it's just amazing. So that's just something I'd like to tell people. I really wish I could help more people to understand the benefit of starting with goats or sheep. Goats, it would actually be better if it wasn't for the fencing in a lot of ways. And the price for goats is actually starting to go up. We're actually starting to see the market for goats starting to go up. And really, pigs is something else that I would say would be a good starting point. Now, the fencing is a little bit different. It's a different ball game. You wanna play, you know, with it a little bit for sure. But the main thing is if you start with those smaller animals, they're going to attack all of this. They're going to eat all of this. Whereas I've got on this side over here, I mean, I've got probably 75% of that, at least 50% of that my cattle aren't going to eat. So there's nutrients being robbed from the soil. There's water. Right now we're coming into a drought. There's water being robbed from the soil. There's all this stuff getting taken from the grass, and the cows aren't getting to get it, you know. So I'm going to come in here and brush hog this, you know, and get this down. But if that's all it looked like, I wouldn't have to come in here and brush hog. So with diesel prices the way they are, now I'm going to have to come in here and brush hog, whereas if I had sheep, I wouldn't have to brush hog. Okay. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to touch base on that. I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I feel like there's a lot of people, they ask me about, oh, well, how'd you get into cows? What, you know, how can I get into cows? What do I do? And I think it's great. I think, you know, more power to you. I want you to do it, but it takes a while to get into cows. There's a lot of plus sides to getting into sheep or goats, sheep and goats. Okay, guys. But anyway, whatever y'all get into, whether it be sheep, goats, pigs, chickens, cows, anything that y'all are getting ready to get into in the farm, we talk about that, all of that on our channel. So come to our channel, check it out, look at the different videos, subscribe to my channel, give me 30 days. If you don't like it after 30 days, go ahead, you know, you can unsubscribe, but it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. Give me 30 days, try it out. Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks.